Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Mike.
Here we are, recording another bonus episode.
I wish we had like a little bonus episode, like bell or something.
That would be quite cool, like an alarm or a klaxon.
Yeah.
I listen to a Brexit podcast, and whenever they do a bonus episode, they sound the klaxon.
What's the klaxon? Cool.
Just like a hectic alarm. really anxiety-inducing alarm.
Wow. Okay.
Where are we? Where are we right now?
We're in sunny Nelson.
It's a lovely sunny Nelson in my living room.
It's very relaxing up here.
It is beautiful today, isn't it?
Beautiful views.
It's the end of April and it's still lovely.
Yeah, the sun is pouring in the window.
We're in what we've coined the podcast planning layer. This isn't the podcast shed where we would normally be recording Cool Bodies. This is where we've been spending some time. Gemma couldn't make it, unfortunately. We should also address that Gemma's not here.
Yeah.
She's not just being really quiet. Gemma's not here at the moment.
Yeah, no, she's not. She's at work.
We've been doing some planning. She's been doing her real job. We've been doing some planning and things like that, which you'll find out about in due course. So here we are this is the layer, definitely the layer.
I'm quite impressed with our colourful sort of planning.
My Sharpies game is pretty strong, it has to be said. We even got some PVA glue out yesterday. We stopped short at the glitter.
Yeah.
Why else are we here though? What else, apart from planning, what are we doing today?
I'm keen to talk about why this podcast is a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Why the actual?
Yeah.
Is it even here?
Yeah.
That sounds juicy. Hey, shall we
super juicy.
Get warmed up with a bit of a quick fire? Where's your body at? Would that be a good idea?
I'm
like a
into
60-second quick fire. Where's your body at?
Definitely going to go over.
That's alright. I've got my stopwatch. I've always got a stopwatch.
Love breaking the rules. Maybe you could do a beeping sound or a.
Okay, I'll do a klaxon.
Just start doing waving at me.
Okay. Would you like to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I've started the stopwatch. Here we go. 60 seconds. Where's your body at? I'm actually gonna bend the rules ever so slightly.
I'm surprised.
And I'm going to try to do it without grossing everyone out because it's a gross parenting story. I'm actually going to talk about someone else's body that I am in charge of.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about my lovely daughter.
Yeah.
Little George.
Yeah.
I've got 2 children. The first one, Charlie.
I feel like I know where this is going, and it might be a poo story.
It's a poo story, yeah. So I've only got 25 seconds as well.
Okay,
I'm going to summarise it real quickly. First child, boy. I know what's going on with the boy. I've got boy junk. I've been looking after that for a long time. It's not that complicated, but I was not prepared when I had a daughter. The thing I thought I'd be most worried about was when she was like a teenager. Like, oh my god, how am I going to look after a teenage girl?
Yeah.
She's going to run rings around me.
Mm-hmm.
But before that became the pure technicalities of cleaning a poopy girl nappy. It's very technical. It's very confronting. And it is real. And that's the end of my story, really. A cautionary tale for anyone thinking of having a child, thinking, oh, I'd love to have a wee girl.
Yeah.
It's real in there. Alright? That's it. That's where my body's at. It's looking after Georgie's nappies. I hope she listens to this when she's a teenager running rings around me.
She's gonna be like,
and she's just like,
holy fuck,
you,
Dad,
old man.
what the hell?
Anyway, that's it. That was a minute and a half. I went way over.
Yeah.
What have you got? Where's your body at?
Well, I had the worst PMS I think I've ever had in my life last week.
You did?
Yeah.
You were a treasure.
I literally hated everybody. Like, I just did not
usually
feel warm towards anything or anyone. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm usually pretty.
That was an exceptional rage.
It was an exceptional rage. And I felt like literally every single person that I encountered, I just needed to tell them how crap they were. But not
Did
because...
you tell me? I wonder if we've got
No,
a message thread.
It's just like, just FYI, you suck.
FYI, fuck you, mate.
You don't really know how things actually are. No, I don't think I did, but I definitely did to Gemma, actually. I was a bit of a grump to Gemma.
Oh my god, are you apologising to Gemma on the record?
I sent her a text message the following day. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was really grumpy yesterday. I think I have severe PMS and this normally doesn't happen to me. And she's like, that's okay, babe. And then, basically I had to the following day, I just went on an apology rampage.
What did we call it? An apolopocalypse.
Yeah.
Hashtag apolopocalypse.
Yeah. So that's what that happened. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was hectic.
Oh
okay.
God, we're slave to our hormones or whatever it is.
We tried to get Gemma on speakerphone, but
she's at work.
Job is hard, and we only have limited time to record this.
And we're on holiday, so we're
George
just on YOLO time. We can't even plan. We can't book things in.
Barely plan a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome to our bonus episode, everyone. We're warmed up now. I guess technically we are. Well, your warm up is over. That's what I'm telling you.
You're warmed up, and I don't know what we are.
So yeah, welcome to this bonus episode. Sarah is here to explain why. So I guess I'll start with the question. Why is this? Why is Cool Bodies Club? Why does it exist? Do you need to tell us a story a little bit to start, or where does it start?
Yeah. Well, I think. I know.
I'm going to chip in with time checks, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Listener, and
Thanks,
it's not
mate.
because I'm an arsehole, it's because Sarah asked me to, just by the way.
And you're also a bit of an arsehole.
That's fair.
I am really keen to change the narratives around bodies because I think that basically they just don't serve anyone in the current way that they work.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
the
sum
of
what I
the
want.
story.
Yeah, that kind of is like the purpose for us is Cool Bodies Club, celebrating all bodies because all bodies are cool bodies, which is actually a narrative flip essentially, because the current narrative is not that all bodies are cool bodies.
And I suppose to break that down for anyone who needs to have it broken down, because we're all on different stages on our journey of learning about all this stuff, I suppose, is the narrative at the moment says bodies are, I guess, there are a lot of different things. They're thin, they're smooth, they're tall, they're muscular, they're whatever. They've got good fucking beards. They're hairless. Or hairy, depending on the audience. I don't know, like there's a lot of things that people tell us our bodies should be, and if they're not, then they're wrong. The bodies, that is.
And I think that those narratives are really oppressive and not conducive to a world that is equal, I guess you would say. So that's the main reason, is that I want to flip these narratives. But I guess I have personally had experience of prejudice and of oppression.
So I guess the next natural question is about, we started with why, I guess. It's like, well, who are you? You know, because this is, for anyone who doesn't know or who hasn't worked it out yet, this is Sarah's baby. Cool Bodies Club is Sarah's club. This is you are the person that this idea came from.
Yeah, and then I was lucky enough to have two people who wanted to get on board with my idea and actually help me execute it. Yeah. But so I guess for me, I was when I was 8 months old, I had an operation on my back, which actually ended up being a medical misadventure situation, and it created permanent changes to my body. So I now walk with a limp, and as a result of that, I have experienced a lot of, I guess, projection and different types of interesting scenarios, and I could go on forever really. And I guess I don't know, I probably haven't felt super like I needed to be an advocate or a educator or a person who was needing to have these conversations all the time, because that just didn't feel right for me in the past. But I got to a point where I felt like I needed to change these things, or help change these things, because I hope that, well, my hope would be that we can move forward, and that like other people don't have to have those experiences, or something along those lines.
A good example of the narrative switching and the struggle with narratives, I suppose, was the episode that went out last couple of weeks back, which is the Pinky episode. We're currently recording this before that episode has gone out, but it exists. We've all heard it, and we were there. So it's kind of, there's a time slip thing going on. But Pinky did an interesting thing that we decided to leave in. You decided to leave in that episode, which is kind of a behind the curtain thing, where she was going, well, do I need to explain about the I thing? And you were like, well, fuck, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah. And that was kind of interesting. And that's why we thought now, after that, it would be a good time to do this. Yeah. Because I think part of the narrative that is oppressive is that a person's body, especially if it doesn't fit into some sort of specific mold, whatever that is a major focus, as a huge sort of thing that needs to be talked about all the time. But you know, I think in that episode I was talking about how it's kind of like, you know, me having an arm. I don't think about me having an arm every fucking day of my life, you know. But there's an expectation as part of the narrative that I should be talking about it all the time, or it should be something that I need to kind of bring up all the time. Whereas for me, it's my normal, you know. And when you know, it's kind of like, do you need to talk about your glasses all the time? You know, wearing glasses, you know? Just letting you know, I'm a glasses wearer. Look, I've got specs on. You don't need to worry about it. I've got it covered. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, and so I think, I really wanted to shed light on that sort of behind the scenes part of that episode where Pinky and I kind of talk that out. Because I certainly don't want any of our guests to think that they're on there on our podcast just to talk about, I don't know, whatever is deemed as different in this climate of the world. You know what I mean? An interesting thing is, because all the people we've had on, I suppose, normal media, or the mainstream media, if you will, or a large section of society would consider them a person who does a thing, but they also have a thing. Yeah. And the way that you've always explained it to me is you wanted to talk to them because they are those people. Yeah. And the thing, whatever that is so secondary. It's down the list of... Well, is that right? I think it's important. Well, I think it's tricky, and I think it's not that it's secondary, it's a part of them. It's a part of their experience that makes them who they are, and that's really important and cool. So I don't want to erase any part of who they are. No, it's not erasing, of course. But I also don't want to be like, that's only who you are. You don't want to open with, hey, tell me about whatever the thing is. Well, that's gross. That? You know, that's really, that's not cool. It's not cool. And it's, I guess... I would hope that this podcast is about maybe humanizing stuff. Basically, like, I think that erasure, or the band, erasure of certain aspects of someone is really uncool, because a lot of the time those things actually have like heaps of amazing positive things to bring to this world, and the erasure of someone's experience is such a bummer for everybody. Well, it's just remembering that we are all humans, and we're all inhabitants of cool bodies, isn't it? Exactly. And that actually, you know, for me, in the way that I think about bodies, and I've got a real I've thought a lot about the word difference, because every time I go to talk about
someone who maybe sits outside of these norms or whatever the fuck I say, different, but that's part of the narrative, and it's not actually real. And so every time I say that, I sort of feel like I'm engaging in the thing by continuing to say it's different.
Maybe different. Okay, so if you're A, listening to this bonus episode, and B, listen to this point, spoiler alert, there will be a time in this season that we'll announce properly later when we are all subjected to Sarah's questions, including Sarah. Maybe different will be the word you put in the bin.
Oh my god. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. But it's tricky. I think it's like, you know, we've talked a lot about in the podcast, I think, as well as around how the narratives evolve. You know, so we've talked about how in past times, you know, a larger body has been seen as the ideal, and then now it's like thin bodies. It's not. It's like it's like a, you know, you can't win, and
we
that's
chatted about that with the tan
yeah,
stuff as well.
and that's part of how oppressive these things are. It's like, you know, the goalpost just changes all the time because it's a myth and it's not real. I think if some of these sort of negative structures were taken away, I wonder how would we be rolling in this world, and I think it would be quite different.
Can you summarize why the podcast exists in like a sentence?
No. Yeah, the podcast exists in a sentence is because I wanted to change narrative around bodies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Will we call that a take?
Yeah.